We're staging for another half hour of nitro-fueled NHRA talk. It's The Straight Line, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts with Marty Huff and 10-time NHRA winner Doug Herbert. Brought to you by Hercules Tires. Now, here's your hosts, Doug and Marty.
This is The Straight Line on Drag Racing. Thanks for being here for our half hour of horsepower. Appreciate you being with us. Today, our guest is the 2016 NHRA Mello Yello Funny Car Champion, Ron Capps. We're in the beams and set to launch another edition of The Straight Line. Wherever you may be, coast to coast, around the world, this is The Straight Line on Drag Racing at mrn.com. Along with four-time IHRA Top Fuel Champion, 10-time NHRA National Event winner Doug Herbert, I am Marty Huff. And the final edition of the Straight Line for the year, so it must be post-Pomona. Lots happening at Auto Club Speedway of Pomona. Champions crowned, race champions. I mean, it was all over the place. And we'll start with the champions. Jason Line with number 3 championship. 8 wins on the season. An unbelievable year for the KB Racing guys in a new era of pro stock. To come out and dominate like they did was just absolutely incredible.
Well, KB Racing with between Greg Anderson and Jason Line really dominated the first 3 quarters of the year. Finally, in the last quarter, there were some guys starting to catch them a little bit, but I'll tell you what, tough bunch, man, this year. Yeah, Greg and Jason were the class of the field. So for Jason to be crowned the 2016 Pro Stock champion, I don't think it's a big surprise, but they earned it. A lot of hard work. It paid off. Great job from the whole KB Racing bunch.
In Pro Stock bikes, Jerry Savoy pulls off
David and Goliath is what he pulled off.
What we thought was probably the improbable by winning his first NHRA championship and doing it in a very convincing fashion. Over the last 3 races, there was no doubt about that Jerry Savoy had the best
the fastest bike. Yeah, the quickest bike. Yeah, he was low ET and top speed at a couple races. Low ET again at Pomona. Incredible run by Jerry Savoy and his Alligator team there those last few races, and that's what got it for him, man. I mean, he wrapped it up, and Jerry, what a down-to-earth guy. We've had him on the show a bunch of times. Yeah. A lot of fun, and for him to pull off a win against that Vance & Hines racing team, wow! I'm telling you, that is big.
Here, and let me ask you from a racer's standpoint. I was really curious of what strategy he would use because I'm watching on Saturday night on NHRA All Access. The Harleys right now at that particular point were 1-3 in the bracket. Now, that would keep them on the same side of the bracket, and Jerry right now with just a slight lead, I thought may go up into that last qualifying round and maybe just putter something down there, keep them on the same side of the ladder, because if he went number 1, then that separates the two Harleys.
Jerry, I don't think Jerry would do that, and obviously he wouldn't, but he'd go up there and step on it and run the best that he can at all times. That was Jerry's, Jerry had a plan, a strategy too, and it was just to run as good as he could the whole time and let everything else happen.
Yeah.
And his plan worked out just fine.
And it worked out perfectly because at that point, it gives him the points lead because he went out and got the number 1 qualifier. And if the Harleys went out in the second round, he's got more little points than anybody else on the day, and that declares him the champion. What happened? The Harleys went out and lost both times in the second round and gave Jerry Savoy the championship. Amazing. I was screaming at Jerry, do not put them on the same side of the ladder. Let them battle it out. Nah, he just went out there and just smoked everybody. And so congratulations to him. Of course, Ron Capps is the 2016 NHRA Mello Yello champion in the funny car division. We will talk to him here in just a couple of minutes.
Another interesting thing that happened at the NHRA Awards banquet on Monday night, the NHRA presented the Lifetime Achievement Award, which has never been given to anyone before, to Connie Coletta. Connie Coletta winning the NHRA Lifetime, or being awarded the NHRA Lifetime Achievement Award. for a guy that has given so much to drag racing, he's burned more nitro than probably about anybody.
True.
He's lost his son Scott in a dragster. He's been in some horrendous crashes himself, and he just keeps on coming back. Connie Coletta, what a treasure to the sport of NHRA. And for anybody that didn't see, I posted a little short video that NHRA did on my website and my Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. Yeah, go check it out. That is pretty cool. Really, really neat.
If you have not seen that video, please look it up. Go to YouTube. Go to our Twitter pages. We both have posted that. And you tribute videos. Yeah, they're kind of hokey and corny sometimes. And
that one is cool.
This one is really, really cool. So if you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and go check that out. Yeah. Speaking of which, Doug Coletta goes out last race of the season and wins again. One of the best seasons for Doug Coletta in his career.
Well, yeah, and Doug Coletta racing J.R. Todd, two Coletta cars in the final. Doug Coletta wins on a hole shot over J.R. Todd, and that doesn't happen all that often, to J.R. Todd. But I'll tell you what, Doug Coletta, Doug can get himself up for the final. Doug beat me on a hole shot in the final at Sonoma one year, so I know he knows how to get it done in the final. But great job for Doug Coletta. I was texting with him the other day, and he was really, really happy and really, really proud of that Mac Tools team. Yeah. And everybody at Coletta's. I mean, it was a good year. They didn't win the championship, but they had a really good year.
They had a fantastic year. The Coletta Racing Team Coletta has really put themselves to another level over the last couple of years. Last year, the Funny Car Championship. This year, two very, very competitive dragsters, and it's just going to be a matter of time before Doug Coletta slips on the big medal and gets the big trophy at the end of the day.
I would sure think so. I think nobody, I don't think thered be anyone in the pits that'd be mad if Doug Coletta won a championship. Doug, Ron Capps was probably the other one that everybody's thinking, nobody's going to feel bad if Capps won. Well, Capps won now, so next year, come on, Doug.
Exactly. Go. Yeah. Now that Capps has got it done, we just need Doug Coletta to round that off, and I think everybody will be good. Tommy Johnson Jr. wins in the funny car category. I tell you what, when you start thinking about over the last 3 years, really good drivers and really good teams, Tommy Johnson Jr., third, second, and second over the last 3 years. They have been fantastic, and I think probably the one team that slides under the radar more than just about anybody else. But, man, they really get it done, and they put a fantastic exclamation point on the season by winning at Pomona.
Well, sure did. And anytime you can beat John Force at Pomona, that's pretty big. So, yeah, congratulations to TJ and John Force, man. They did good. He beat Capps on a hole shot second round. It was a slight hole shot. It wasn't like Capps was late or anything. They just he got it done. I mean, just like Force does. You back him in the corner and watch out,
3 final rounds for John Capps, or for Ron, back up. 3 final rounds for John Force during the countdown and 2 wins. They really did well. They're just very inconsistent. I mean, it's either heroes or zero. Once they start figuring out that combination and that Chevy body, they're going to be right there for the championship next year. I have no doubt.
Well, yeah, Mike Neff and all the guys that are over there running that team. And then I guess Coyle comes back and is a little bit of a consultant too. So, no, the Force is definitely, man, they got a tough team. The funny car class in general is probably as tough as I have ever seen it. I mean, it really is. It is as tough as I've ever seen it. You go down and look at the ladder, and it's good race, good race, good race, good race. I mean, there's no gimmies. There's no hardly any smoke in the tires. They're just going down the track, and they're hauling butt.
Yep, from first round to final round, it is a battle. And last but not least, Matt Smith wins in Pro Bike. First time on a victory. Good for him, because they have really been thrashing on that bike for a long time, and they finally makes it come to fruition in getting a win on the victory. So that was congratulations to him, because they've really kind of struggled with that and finally got it done.
Yeah, great job for Matt Smith. Angel's got to be probably beating herself up a little bit going up there and red light in the final. But, yeah, does not discount the fact that Matt Smith got that bike in the winner's circle for the first time, and it's been a little while since Matt's been in the winner's circle.
Yeah.
So great for that team. Great job for Matt Smith. And then, of course, his dad, Ricky, winning the Pro Mod Championship again.
Yeah.
So incredible. Yeah, they've got a heck of a good racing family.
Yep, been a really good year for the Smiths. When we come back, we will talk to the 2016 Funny Car Champion, Ron Capps.
You're listening to The Straight Line, brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. More right after this.
Dale Jr. here. I wear Wrangler Advanced Comfort Jeans for any occasion. With new styles and great fits, you'll look good and feel comfortable no matter where you are.
Wrangler Advanced Comfort Jeans are designed to keep up with you no matter where you go or what you're doing. They're made with 20% stronger denim and 4-way flex technology that moves with you, so you can go anywhere, look great, and be comfortable all day long.
Wrangler Advanced Comfort Jeans, the most comfortable jeans you will ever wear. Try on a pair today.
Wrangler, be comfortable.
When the smoke settles, the entertainment never stops.
I feel like experience kind of outweighs youth.
On race weekends, your favorite NASCAR personality is an everyday superhero.
Kyle Busch driving for his life right now.
But when they leave the racetrack, they're just like everyone else.
Our lives are so much different than what people may think they are.
I'm Susie Armstrong. Join me on a daily journey as we discuss the hot topics and engaging personalities of NASCAR Nation. Ned Jarrett's World of Racing, weekdays on the Motor Racing Network.
Visit Tom Johnson Camping World in Concord for all your race week needs. Race into savings now and save big on over 400 units in stock. America's #1 RV and outdoor retailer has something for everyone. Get race season started at your local NASCAR headquarters with travel trailers starting at only $109 per month. Don't let these savings pass you by. Meet us at Tom Johnson Camping World and save big on your dream RV. STK number 1262508, payments to qualified buyers with approved credit subject to lender terms. Based on statistical surveys 2015. See dealer for full offer details and disclaimers. Offers expire December 30th, 2016.
Welcome back to The Straight Line, brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Here's more with Marty Huff and Doug Herbert.
Thanks for being here this afternoon on The Straight Line and all year long here on MRN.com. And it is my pleasure and my honor to introduce to you on the telephone right now the 2016 NHRA Mello Yello Funny Car Champ, driver of the Napa Dodge, and it does my heart no end of good to introduce Ron Capps. Congratulations, champ.
Thanks, man. That sounds great.
Do you like that ring, Caps?
I do.
Yeah. What a neat deal. Everybody was happy to see you. When I sent you a text, I never heard back from you, but I hope you got it. And
let me tell
send you a text. I'm sure your phone blew up.
I just got home late last night. Believe it or not, I went up to the Blaine Johnson Memorial Golf Tournament right from the next morning after the awards ceremony in Hollywood. So, and then I just drove 6 hours back last night. Got home late, so I've got like 200. I've been trying to keep it under 200 text messages, but today is my day to sit down and thank everybody for all the messages. So I'll get to it, I promise.
Man, incredible job, though, by you, the whole DSR team. DSR team is so strong right now, but particularly your Napa team, Ron Tobler. What can you say, man? What a great deal.
Yeah, he just had that focus. You know, I've talked to you guys this season, and the preparation he's had, just from the get-go, I could tell that it was going to be a little more special this year, and we're going to win some races. And you always hope that you can keep that pace up when you get to the countdown, and he did. Every single race, we rolled in. I thought, can we keep it up? And he was just pounding and pounding on our competitors round after round and pushing them, And there were some pretty important rounds looking back that every time we did win, like in Dallas, there were a couple hole shot wins that we blew up on one of them, and in the semifinal one in Pennsylvania against Hagen, where you look back and you go, okay, that's a championship winning run right there. That's the reason we got it, and it just kept happening every race. I kept saying, oh, that's going to be the one we look back on, So it was a fun season.
Well, it was no slouch. I mean, you led the points for 17 events, including the last 14 straight. Man, you guys had everybody else in your rearview mirror.
Yeah, it's just you know how it is. You hope that every year we sit down in February and we show up at Pomona for the all the media stuff, and all us drivers look around and go, my gosh, you start counting cars, and you say, all right, who do you think out of these cars won't make the countdown? I mean, and there's always 3 or 4 that won't, because there's only 10 allowed.
Right.
And more cars showing up in Funny Car. And it just, you talk about the competition level, the record-setting runs race after race. It was a torrid pace that Funny Car teams put on this year. And so it was fun. These are the seasons you look back and you can honestly say we won a championship in one of the most toughest Funny Car years ever.
So heading into the countdown here at Charlotte, the experts here on the straight line, i.e. me and Doug, said you got to win at least 2 races during the countdown. If you get 3, you're probably good. If you get 4, you're going to be probably in real good shape. And then you go out and make us look like the idiots that we really are and win no races during the countdown. If I'd have told you that going into ZMAX, would you thought you'd have come out the 2016 champion?
Well, I don't want to make you guys look worse, but I did say in the press conference, I think at Charlotte when we started at ZMAX when we started the countdown, that to win a championship you were going to have to average a semifinals or better, and I think we did. We were up until Pomona, the last race, we were semifinals or final round. I didn't know this till I got up for my speech the other night. Right beforehand, Tobler said that we were in 11 final rounds this year. That's out of 23 races. That's insane.
Yep.
That's pretty good odds.
Pretty good.
So, yeah, while somebody would have said, to win the countdown, you would have to, win a bunch of races. I did say semifinals average, and that's about what it was. And I think those I think it's kind of cool that we didn't win a race looking back. And we just showed that we can you can go round after round after round and just sort of do what Tobler does, and that is just consistency. But he's always had consistency, as Doug knows, but now we had performance and consistency this year.
Oh yeah, well, and Tobler's no slouch. He's never been a slouch, but yeah, you're right. That consistency has always been his thing. I mean, he has prided himself on going down the track, racing the track, making the guy in the other lane beat you. And I'll tell you what, along with great performances that you guys had this year, and great job that you had behind the wheel, you put it together. Tell me, Ron. So, what does winning this championship? How's it going to change Ron Cap's life? Will it?
Oh, I don't even know. You know me. It would take a lot to change me. I've got enough people around me to keep me grounded. Would slap me around if I got too much ego or something. It's just a huge weight lifted off, and I don't know how it's going to change other than it's setting in. This morning I got up and started answering all these messages, and I'm getting these emails coming in about requests for more appearances. But they just put up Nitro Mall put up the new 2017 World Champion T-shirts with my name on them. So little things like that are starting to set in. So I don't think it'll change me a whole lot other than just kind of getting that monkey off my back.
I'll quote you, and I thought this was a really telling quote from you after it was all said and done. I almost gave up on trying so hard, wishing so hard, and just focused on winning races. With everything we got this year, my 50th career win, passing some people I really looked up to in the sports wins, that's mind-boggling for me. So there was a point where you did kind of not give up on it, but you were focused more on just winning races and just being the best that you can be, and if a championship came about, then so be it. Now, looking back on it, what's your mindset from going from one to the other?
Well, I told Forrest I'm only 15 behind now, so you better look out. But, no, I mean that is a true statement. I mean, there was a point where you hear it over and over and over. Winning this driver not to have a championship, and then every article this year coming out with mentioning me. There was a couple with mentioning me with Ty Cobb and Charles Barkley and a bunch of athletes that never won championships, which I had no idea. You assume they do, that they've won championships. So it got to a point where I was so tired of hearing it. It's just like, hey, you know what? no matter what, I'm not going to be defined by not winning a championship. I might be mentioned that way, but I just got tired of trying so hard to win a championship, and Tolver was a big reason for that. He's like, let's just kick their butts, and everything will fall where it's going to fall. So when we got to Dallas and in Vegas near the end of the season, I'm like, oh man, this is possible. And especially after Vegas, when we had the 86-point lead going into Pomona, and then we unload number one qualifying run right off the trailer, the first run in Pomona, it was like, okay, now it's looking really good. I could start kind of writing the speech, and that's when I realized, just trying to win rounds and races, that helped more than I ever thought it would.
Right. Well, that's what it all comes down to, and you
sounds
guys
easy,
proved
right?
it. Yeah, it sounds real easy. Piece
simple.
of cake. Yeah,
sure.
Piece of cake, no problem.
Yeah. How hard could it be, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Somebody said that was Walt Austin said that a long time ago. That's top fuel race. How hard could it be? Isn't that
Yeah. Come on in.
Because it looked easy at first. Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to. One of your biggest supporters, after his team kind of had things not go their way, was John Force. He was kind of one of the silent guys behind you, but I think he really wanted you to win if one of his guys couldn't. And I'm going to quote him and get your reaction. Quote, "I love Caps. He's great for our sport, and he loves it. I told him if he thinks the pressure is off now, that he's the champion, he's wrong. Now he's going from the hunter to the hunted with the target on his back."
Yep. Yeah, he said it to my face too, and and it's true, and it's going to be fun. I cannot wait to represent Mello, Yello, and just and hear every time we come up, hear Alan Reinhardt up in the tower saying, "Here's your defending world champion," and I heard that from Dal all season long from being last year's champion. That's a cool thing, and I think that brings a lot with it, But the coolest part for me was on the Facebook, they have a lot of them up, but a lot of the people, Jimmy Johnson doing the video,
yes,
saying congratulations,
yes,
James Hetfield, the singer of Metallica,
yes,
doing the video. I mean, just the list of people that sent stuff in, people of rock stars that I've looked up to forever. It was really neat to sit down and see all of that stuff come rolling in, more than anything.
Yeah, yep. So you got this year done. The season's over. What's the plan for the off season here? You guys going on a little trip, taking some time off, recharging batteries?
We have a fan cruise. We do every year. It's the 11th annual, believe it or not.
Oh. Wow.
I'm not sure how many drivers have had a fan cruise for 11 straight years. There was one year I didn't even go on it, and they still had it. We were shooting the Napa commercials, and I had to miss it. So I always look forward to it, and every year we always joke, someday I'm gonna be able to come on with a World Championship trophy. And this is finally the year, so that's always early December, and we always look forward to that. We get to hang out with the fans and just relax, and that's it, man. Other than that, I'm staying home. I'm so wore out. I can't wait to just stay home for the holidays.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got sit that trophy on the mantle. You got something good to look at, and it should be a great off season. Round Caps, congratulations. Great job, buddy.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having us on and all the support all year long. You guys are awesome.
2016 NHRA Mello Yello Funny Car Champion. That is Ron Capps. When we return, lots of news coming out of Pomona and heading into the offseason, and we'll try to get to most of it, if not all of it, right after this.
This is The Straight Line, brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. More coming up right after this.
Whatever you drive, wherever you go, Hercules Tires will get you there, whether you're running on dirt or running a job. Our dependable, high-quality tires are the perfect fit for your needs. For unmatched value, selection, and warranty with industry-leading road hazard protection, there's only one choice: Hercules Tires. To learn more, visit HerculesTire.com or call 800-677-9535. Hercules Tires, right on our strength.
Dale Jr. here. I wear Wrangler Advanced Comfort jeans for any occasion. With new styles and great fits, you'll look good and feel comfortable no matter where you are.
Wrangler Advanced Comfort jeans are designed to keep up with you no matter where you go or what you're doing. They're made with 20% stronger denim and 4-way flex technology that moves with you, so you can go anywhere, look great, and be comfortable all day long.
Wrangler Advanced Comfort Jeans, the most comfortable jeans you will ever wear. Try on a pair today.
Wrangler, be comfortable.
Looking for a great spot for an affordable beach vacation or the perfect romantic retreat? Let the Plaza Resort and Spa help. A vacation on the world's most famous beach is sure to help you reconnect with the ones you love. Discover the grand tradition of hospitality and service on Daytona Beach. The Plaza Resort and Spa is the perfect choice for any type of getaway. Book online at plazaresortandspa.com or call 1-855-DB-PLAZA. That's 1-855-327-5292.
You're listening to The Straight Line, brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Now it's back to Marty Huff and Doug Herbert.
Huge thanks to Ron Capps for joining us today on The Straight Line. He just won the championship. He is all over the place, so we really appreciate his time and sharing it with us here on The Straight Line. News coming out of Pomona as we head into the offseason. Elite Motorsports announced here just a couple of days ago, officially, it was kind of rumored that they are parting ways with Mopar. It has been a
no more
really,
Dodge cars. Yeah, it was a tough year for them.
Yeah,
but,
really tough.
Thinking about it, they didn't announce. You would think that they would announce that, and then probably about the same time announce, and here's what we're going to do next year. But they haven't done that yet. I don't know. I guess we probably know what they're going to do is go right back to what they had a couple years ago. That they won 2 championships in a row with.
Right. And Vincent Nobile, still on the Elite Motorsports team. They still have Erica's Chevy that she won the championship.
Maybe she'll repossess it.
That's quite possible. And so they still have a Chevy program, so it's not like they're starting from scratch. They still have, the
Vincent Nobile ran
and very well.
Strong.
Yes.
They were tough all year.
Yeah.
With Erica's year-old car.
Right, exactly. But stay tuned for more information on that because they haven't said what they're going to do for next year. Right now in Pro Stock, it's Dodge or Chevy, and then that's about it. So, we'll get confirmation a little bit further on. Disappointing news coming out of Indianapolis. Morgan Lucas Racing shutting its doors. Shutting the team down. I understand how that happens.
2 cars, right?
Yes.
And now 1 car, and now no car. So, oh man, that's a little bit troubling news to hear. Really, I hate to see that team go away. I hate to see any team go away, especially that team with winning performances consistently, good running cars. And, man, that's a lot of guys working on those cars. That's a lot of people that are going to be out looking for jobs. Where are they going to be looking for jobs at? I mean, there's not a bunch of people new coming into the sport wanting to run teams.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Just last year.
So I'm still looking for a sponsor. We'll go up there and buy all that stuff and move it right down here to Charlotte and get us a team based in Charlotte again.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's been a really good running team over the last couple of years. Last year, they won 5 races, if I'm not mistaken, with Richie Crampton. I mean, they ran really good. This year was a little bit of a struggle, and you kind of saw maybe a little bit of the writing on the wall that maybe the resources hadn't been there over the last couple of years. Forrest Lucas is a possible Secretary of the Interior cabinet member for Donald Trump coming in.
Right.
If that happens, then Morgan is kind of upped his level in Lucas Oil. So I understand
I think
how
they got their hands full. They got their hands full with business, a lot of businesses. Anyway, so I'm sure staying busy is not going to be a problem.
No.
I think the dragster was really kind of a hobby for those guys. So, but a bummer to see that. Alan Johnson parked his cars last year.
Correct.
And now Morgan Lucas parking the cars. Man, that's tough to see. That's tough to see. Hopefully with the Fox TV and all the great things going on at NHRA that some new people will start coming in or some new money or whatever. People will come back.
Yes, exactly. And
it's a great sport. Exciting. Fun.
No doubt.
Loud.
Corey Reed, your Road to the Future Award winner on Monday night. Thank you so much for being here all season long. For everybody behind the scenes, Robbie Mays, Daryl Smith, and for you, partner, Doug Herbert, I am Marty Huff. We will see you next year right here on The Straight Line.
You've been listening to The Straight Line, presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Tune in again next Thursday at noon Eastern on MotorRacingNetwork.com and the MRN app. The Straight Line is the show for drag racing fans and is brought to you by Hercules Tires. This program is also available on demand at the MRN.com Media Center, or you can download it through iTunes or Stitcher. The Straight Line is a production of the Motor Racing Network. All rights reserved.